for it to work. So,
Okay.
back in the day, as a dragon, I had a lot of treasure stolen from villages. What?
£1,000. Are you saying in your
1% of
position
10 million, was it? Okay.
could
Oh,
help
what? This guy,
children
hell.
who can't get food on the table?
He paused at the right point. He's like, oh, what's this? Head on hand on head.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
you got me. You got me. This old dragon has nothing to answer back with that one.
Yeah. So you want children to be dead? Is that what you're saying? You just want your 100,000, but you don't care. You like to kill children. What you're saying is,
What you said.
you pay
You're
100,000
rich.
to kill children. Is that
You're
what?
rich,
Yeah.
therefore
Like,
you kill kids.
I mean, how are you going to reply to that? So
Right?
100, like, how is that even dichotomy? Like,
How do you reply to him? You're like,
100,000 will give.
you're
Yeah.
like, how many kids can I save for 100 grand? I feel like Schindler's List right now. Just one more gold ring and I can save another kid. Like, how many
But
kids
I
does
can't
100
choose. I
grand buy
keep it
me?
all to myself. Also, asking a former dragon to save children, I don't think dragons care that much about humans.
I don't think they're known for that kindness, to be honest.
The fact that he is actually communicating with us as in human form is
It's impressive
in
enough.
itself impressive. Yeah. And he has made it. He was a dragon. He's turned into a human. He's made enough buck
These
for
are the
himself.
type of people we need in our economy, okay? Former
They come here as
dragons.
a dragon. They come here as a dragon, but they're assimilated. He has assimilated
They
to a
come in.
British person.
They come here, take all of our fire, take all of our jobs. Let's play it.
UK.
Business
They're
man,
really
former dragon.
going with the former dragon thing.
No, it's
Oh
hypnosis
no,
business.
he
I was
didn't.
a central bank economist.
His ego broke when he said that.
He's trying that hypnosis thing on him now.
You fucking dragon. You dragon. Look into my eyes,
But
dragon.
to be honest, I didn't know about the hypnosis thing. I watched it. I missed this bit. I think it's. I'm actually losing more respect for him because those sort of things. I don't know. It's the pseudoscientific. It is one hypnosis course or like a business.
No, he was literally a hypnotherapist. Like that was his actual previous job, and he was like an actor or something and a hypnotherapist. I mean, look, I'm all for people having career changes, and I'm also all for people being put to sleep by hypnotherapists. But I don't know if we should be chastising someone because of their previous career. There are many transferable skills from hypnotherapy to politics, I'd imagine. A lot of smoke and mirrors in both of them, getting people to believe things. But I wouldn't be taking economic advice from someone who doesn't have a background in it. I kind of understand the dragon's point, to be honest. The dragon is making a good point. It's a low blow. It's a low blow. It's a low blow, but it's a good point. Where's this guy come from with hypnotherapist background talking to me about wealth taxes? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But he was a dragon himself, so I don't know why he's talking about that.
It's true. But would you rather have a dragon in your
because he can't bring up the fact that he was a dragon, he'll be labeled a species.
Too many skeletons in his closet. If we don't bring up his past. He actually looks quite red in the face right now, to be honest. Like a previous dragon would look.
Yeah, no. It's very scaly.
Shit.
But we use hypnosis.
The cost of implementing
this guy hasn't
behaviors again.
He hasn't blinked once.
Yeah. He will hypnotize the rich to pay.
How many people?
Actually, I can't understand what either of them say now.
Well, to be honest, I have got some statistics here, and the former dragon is correct. France, 2017, abandoned because of all of the big failures. 60,000 millionaires left over 15 years from France. Sweden, they repealed it in 2007. It drove wealthy individuals to move taxes abroad. It raised less money than it cost to implement. Denmark got rid of it in the year 2000. The cost of collecting the money outweighed the amount of money that it actually generated. Germany also suspended for the same reasons. Netherlands, same reasons. Austria, same reason. Italy, same reason. Ireland, same reason. And the pattern was all the same. It cost too much to raise it, to administrate it. It cost too much money in terms of how much the cost was versus how much it raised. People left. Capital flight was egregious and expeditious, and it actually drove productivity down. So these wealth taxes don't work unless this guy thinks he can hypnotherapy his way into success. I just don't see how the dragon can be proved wrong in this one, Ashkan. My mind is on the dragon.
Yeah.
Let Zach come in. Go on.
0.3% of billionaires might leave.
What does it
We
mean,
know that this has all been
fabricated? Oh my God.
How is
You know,
that his
if we get back to me,
responsibility?
okay.
Like, he's not. Isn't it the government's responsibility for taking care of the poverty of children? Like, you could say, as the person who wants to be part of the government, we see that this is the way to go forward to care for our people. But you can't say say it's morally irresponsible for you not to pay how much tax they want. Like, it's not his responsibility. It is your responsibility as government try to get the tax or take care of the children. And they sound like they don't tax anyone ever at all. And it's a new business. Like, why do we have such a mess in NHS, or as he said, like so much poverty with what we have now? Like, is it like we've maximized everything and we still don't have enough money, or is it like there's a lot of waste, a lot of mismanagement? So it is a very emotive argument that isn't really based on, I don't think it is based on facts. And as he said, what did he mean by saying it's fabricated? What is fabricated? Like,
What's
you just
fabricated?
all this
Literally, the evidence is there from economists, right-leaning, left-leaning. It's all there. The evidence is there in droves about what's happened. And to be honest, you're right. It's not a billionaire's fault or a billionaire's prerogative to care about the children in the country. Hey, would it be great if they did? Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure a lot of them are philanthropic and altruistic and give way more money to charity or to good deeds than this guy will ever do or any of us will do. However, it's the business of government to pursue government. They should be the ones helping the starving children. They should be the ones housing the homeless. They should be the ones feeding the starving children, not billionaires. And vilifying billionaires and rich people is actually so counterintuitive, because on one hand, you want them to pay more money, but on the other hand, you are actively vilifying the accruement of wealth. So what is it? Do you want them to be rich? Because if they're not rich, you're not going to get them to be paying tax anyway. So it makes no sense. You're vilifying the pursuit of wealth. Yeah, okay, look, the wealth gap is egregious. It shouldn't be that large. But if you disincentivize it, it literally is the thing that leads to a crumbling economy, especially with our tax system, where the vast majority of our tax income receipts to HMRC are generated by the top 30 and 20%. So actually vilifying these people is counterintuitive to what you're actually saying. It doesn't compute.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 minutes video so far, and they've mentioned like children twice in as an argument, using the poverty in the UK and the situation with children in poverty to oppose his views, which I don't see. Like, I don't follow. It's like I can't see the roadmap of wealth tax equals no poverty for children, or it means like 50% less poverty for children. Like, he hasn't created that argument to say, like, if we do this and do this and do that, we can tackle the poverty in children. All you guys are on board. Like, this is how we're going to use this tax. Like, make this commitment. Like, tell all the billionaires or all the millionaires, like, we'll tax it this much. This money will be used to. That's the only way we'll use it, to help the NHS and help poverty in the UK. Will you be on board with it or not? When they say no, we won't be. You can even make it optional, to be honest. Then you're putting them in a situation and saying, okay, we have this system. Some of the billionaires are actually helping out with this and like helping your NHS, helping it, and some of them refuse. And then you might actually hit them, like, if the public know about it, maybe you might hit them very fast. Like, people won't buy the product. They'll be actually vilified rather than, but you actually have to show something for it beforehand rather than just coming and saying, like, this guy, bigger than this guy, your children are poor, which isn't true. Even what I'm saying is probably doesn't mean, I mean, in reality, probably wouldn't be practical, but at least it is. Like, my main point is you have to show something for it rather than just saying You either pay tax or children die. That doesn't work.
It's that easy, right? But hey,
Yeah.
those are the kind of headlines that kept people going. Even the presenter disingenuously said, "Oh, so what? You want children to starve? Like you're not
You
going to
don't
pay
want
them
to
for
help
tax?"
children. You don't want to look at this photo. Oh, little Benny, 3 years old. You don't want to help him. That's like saying like every charity telling you, oh, you're not paying that £10 a month. You killed another child. Did you know that? You got £10, but you don't pay it. So everyone in the UK, everyone here is guilty of killing children in poorer countries because you can easily help them. You have the means, just don't buy that PlayStation. And you're
Exactly. But you know what?
you
People
can
in
make
the
that
UK,
argument.
you can. But I'd say people in the UK are so overtaxed in every aspect of their being, from bloody inheritance tax to living tax, to council tax, to road tax, to income tax, to NI tax. Listen, it's high time that the economy moves away from just using this blunt instrument, right? When every problem looks like a nail, your only solution is a hammer. And the only solution in the UK is to raise taxes. And look at what we've seen recently with Rachel Reeves and Starmer and the budget, and how they've had to back down because the people are overburdened with tax. And I'm sorry to tell you, wealth taxes on the top 1% or 10% of society are not going to solve the problem. It's a structural problem of the society. Productivity, successive governments making bad choices, and the country not being able to fulfill its obligations over the long term in terms of like triple lock pensions, final salary pension, a huge burden like the army and the NHS without it being productive or cutting costs in any way, shape, or form. I don't see this guy talking about maybe the MPs might take a hit to their salary. They get an above inflation salary increase every single year. Not to mention subsidized meals, second homes, triple up pensions. I don't see him talking about, hey, why don't we help these starving children by lowering my salary? No, I don't see him saying that. He never would.
Is he an MP?
Is he an MP?
I don't think so.
What's his name again?
Polanski?
Is he an MP?
Zach Polanski, member of the London Assembly. So no.
So this guy's not even an MP, and he's talking about wealth tax.
No.
You should go away then, Zach. You sure he's not an MP?
No, he's not.
Well, that kind of ruins my argument a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, as an assembly member, he makes around 67K a year, which isn't too bad. I don't think it's a full-time job. Is it London Assembly? Is it a full-time job? I don't know.
Do you think
it's not too bad?
Do you think Zach Polanski is trying to be a Zoran Mamdani?
Without all the charm.
Without all of the charm. Or that Hollywood smile. Or that floppy hair. But yes, I do not agree with this wealth tax. I mean, it's a great in principle. And you know what? I would agree with it if I knew that the money could be raised and it wouldn't be deleterious to the economy. But I just think it's a politically attractive thing to say, but it's economically disastrous. I will stick with that.
Okay, let's watch the rest and have a final word.
Okay, they might live in a property, but that's hoarding. Okay, the people
Well,
who
it is
start,
hoarding
the
if the
people who
money is
start
not
businesses,
going to the
the
economy.
people
That's
who
literally
start
the definition.
businesses are not hoarding wealth. I have put millions and millions into companies which I've lost money from. I've spun things out, even things to help the green.
Did he just show his hair?
You know.
Hey, look, I'm just going to end this argument with this luscious hair. Look at that. So, look at your hair, fitting, mine, luscious.
Look at my hair.
Who's right?
Open university and a hair transplant. He's basically saying.
My
also,
God.
He said something that's false. He asked him, are there any places where this has succeeded? And he said it succeeded in Switzerland and it succeeded in Norway. That was inaccurate. It has never succeeded in Switzerland. Yeah, no way, Norway. It never succeeded in Norway and it never succeeded in Switzerland. So that's
I think they have loosened it in Norway. They've like brought it down a bit and they made the laws a bit like it's still going on, but it is actually less than 1%.
Yeah.
And
it's never run. It's never been successful in the long run of any developed economy anywhere in the world. And Norway also only has 17 billionaires compared to the UK in the hundreds. and Switzerland has 100 billionaires, but
Yeah.
it hasn't worked in the way that it was foreseen to work.
So it was in France. I don't know how much it was, but I have to fact check as well. I don't think it was like because he said like they
No, but
casted
you know
it in
what? No,
France
do you
and
know
other
what?
countries.
I
Yeah.
remember this in France. I remember it because the numbers were so huge. And I remember this interview on the BBC with this like French billionaire, and he had like huge floppy hair, and he looked like a farmer or something. And he was like, they want to charge us 92%. It was something mad, Ashkan. Like there was 92% tax on anything over like a certain amount. It was a huge amount of tax. And so I understand why that fell there, but I don't see how that's casting a net too wide, to be honest. Like but 92% would never ever work, and we had to repeal that pretty quickly. I'm telling you, she does, man.
Really, a
Oh,
Poor
the
people,
poor
the
souls.
poor
they have
people,
no
the
protection at
pobos.
all. If they're
I'm telling you,
Did she actually say poor souls?
she said those
Like-
poor souls. She is living in a £1 million house. She was talking about herself. What about the people like me who live in a £1 million house? Bro, these people on this these shows, they're on like 500k a year, like easily.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like the
Yeah,
BBC presenters and BBC Breakfast, their salary is like 600k a year.
I don't think it's
It's
that
mad.
much anymore, but I don't.
No,
think
I think it is Naga. Her name is Naga someone. I saw her today. She's actually being investigated for bullying, by the way.
Okay.
And her salary is like 500k. Well, I don't really know what's going on though. No, she's on 360k. Sorry.
Very, very wealthy man.
Yes. Yeah.
That would.
Yeah.
Okay, you ended.
I mean, in closing, look, this is a divisive argument. It's very politically expeditious to blame rich people for all of the problems of the economy, rather than actually talk about the business of government, which is actually running the country, failing the country in terms of bringing people up, closing that wealth gap. And let's be honest, these billionaires have only been able to become as egregiously rich as they are because of certain policies and governments that have restricted taxation on them, not to mention the fact that they also are the first benefits from any kind of stimulus, any kind of government largesse or fiscal expansion. Government contracts normally goes to the people at the top. But these people, these two kind of individuals, represent different sectors of society and the economy. The green fella, he will never understand the world of this rich dude. He won't understand his world. And therefore, he has to come at it from a very understandable angle from the majority of society who do not have this access to wealth, privilege, and upward mobility. Similarly, the other man, the former dragon, he exists in a world where when you get to a certain level of wealth, I genuinely believe you start to disdain the average man. You start to, you're so detached from the reality that you do not understand the plight of the normal average person. And even if you do, you will not do anything sizably with your own wealth to address those problems. So they're coming from very different angles. I think they both made terrible points, to be honest. I don't think anyone won the argument or actually won any points. But the former Dragons guy, at least he came with a few facts or actual historical examples. But also, it's very, very easy to see that he is just on the side of the wealthy. And why not, right? He's going to protect his wealth. I don't think we should vilify wealth. I don't think that's the way to solve the productivity gap or to solve the deficit spending model or to solve the huge £30 billion black hole in the Labour government, which was left by the Conservative Party. It's to do with systemic change. It's a problem that goes beyond one debate in this studio, but it's a problem that's going to permeate and land on the doorstep of the very most disenfranchised, immiserated, and most unfortunate of society. So it's all good and well for these relatively wealthy people. I mean, even the presenters are wealthy. The Zach dude is relatively wealthy. He's in the top earners of the economy. And this Abba Dragon guy certainly is as well. It's great for them to debate, but that seismic change isn't really anywhere around the corner, especially given the fact that our recent government has backtracked on raising taxation and has backtracked on housing the homeless or in any kind of like financial or macro-prudential prudence whatsoever. So there's a good debate, but I don't see any solutions. There is no solution to the wealth tax because the wealthy have means and they have capability to move their money around. And they go to where capital is treated best. And unfortunately, it's better the devil you know. It's better to have them in the economy than to lose them. Thank you, Ashkan. Yes, and share.
Yeah, and
Okay.
share.
Bye.
Bye.